He's doing the invocation.
Sea to shining sea.
Melton.
Roll call.
That's all right. Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Festerson. Harding. Jerem. Mr. President.
Here. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for our invocation by Council Member Brinker Harding.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I have a two-parter, so bear with me. First, let's take a moment of silence to pray for the victims, those who perished and those who were injured in Sunday night's senseless attack in Las Vegas. Our hearts pour out to them and their families. Thank you. I also wanted to just note the passing of Lou Anderson, who Lou served as the first City Council Chief of Staff and served in that position for about 26 years. And Lou passed away last week and was laid to rest yesterday. But as I said, Lou served here for about 26 years, which included 8 mayors, probably too many city council members to count. And I'm sure he didn't want to count them. But he started out, he was 4 years in the Air Force, 4 years in selective service, and then went back to the Air Force and served as a pilot on a B-45 in the Korean conflict. And Lou was just he knew how to get a deal done, and he knew how to make people come together, find consensus. And I just thought it was worthy to note his service and his passing. So thank you for your condolences for his passing.
An affidavit of publication is on file for the pre-council and city council meeting, and a current copy of the Open Meeting Act is posted in a white binder on the east wall of the legislative chambers.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this meeting of the Omaha City Council. The council thanks you for joining us today. For those in attendance, to be courteous to those in attendance, we would ask you to turn off or mute any of your electronic devices. I would also like to acknowledge that one of our council members, Councilmember Festerson, is not here today. His mother is in the hospital, and so he's taking the afternoon off to be with her. So wanted people to recognize that. The other thing I wanted to do was I wanted to recognize the Wisely. Is that how you say the group? Yes? I got it right? What do I get for it? No, that's all right. The Young Southeast Asia Leadership Institute. Thank you all for joining us today and being a part of the City Council. I heard that you got some comments earlier today from our Vice President and our City Clerk, and I understand our Vice President was just on time, ready to go, kept you all interested, did everything that he needed to do. So I'm sure you all left here full of excitement and understanding of how city government works. Madam Clerk.
All right, item 6, an ordinance authorizing and directing an issue of general obligation bonds, an issue of general obligation refunding bonds, and an issue of general obligation crossover refunding bonds of the City of Omaha, Nebraska, in the aggregate principal amount not to exceed $120,800,000 for various purpose and refunding bonds, Series 2017A, general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2017B, and general obligation crossover refunding bonds, Series 2017C.
Move to approve. Moved and seconded to approve item 6. There are no lights. Roll call.
Melton.
Yes.
Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Harding. Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 6 is approved, 6-0. Item 7, a resolution to approve the preliminary official statement and bond purchase agreement pertaining to the issuance and sale of general obligation and refunding bonds titled Various Purpose and Refunding Bonds, Series 2017A, General Obligation Refunding Bonds, Series 2017B, and General Obligation Crossover Refunding Bonds, Series 2017C.
Public hearing on agenda item number 7 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Move to approve. Moved and seconded to approve item 7. There are no lights. Roll call.
Melton. Yes. Pauls. Yes. Palermo.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 7 is approved, 6-0. Items 8 to 10 relate to the same project, Sagewood Point. Item 8, an ordinance to rezone property located southeast of 180th and 4th Streets from AG to R4. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 9, a resolution to approve the final plat for Sagewood Point located southeast of 180th and 4th Streets. Planning Board and Planning Department recommend approval. Item 10, a resolution to approve the Sagewood Point subdivision agreement.
Public hearing on agenda items numbers 8 through 10 are today. Proponents, please.
Mr. President, members of the council, my name is John Fullenkamp. My address is 11440 West Center Road. I'm here on behalf of the applicant Celebrity Homes. This is a 80-lot subdivision on the southeast corner of 180th and Fort. You will see in the coming months and years the other two corners to the west and to the northwest that will be developed. This comes to you with the favorable recommendation of both the Planning Department and the Planning Board, so I would be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. It's been moved and seconded to approve items 8 through 10. There are no lights. Roll call.
Melton. Yes. Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 8 to 10 are
Thank you very
approved,
much.
6-0. Items 11 and 12, resolutions to consider Class I liquor license applications for Kutch Inc., doing business as First Watch Center, 2855 South 168th Street, and First Watch Maple, 3605 North 147th Street, Suite 108.
Public hearing on agenda items numbers 11 and 12 are today. Proponents, please.
I'm Bill Nervig at 15314 Jones Circle. I'm CFO for Kutch Inc., and I'm here to answer any questions about the two liquor licenses if you have them.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Ms. Melton.
Hold on one second. I just want to welcome you out to at least to the Maple Street location, which is in my district, and I think that you're going to be a welcome addition.
Great.
And I appreciate you coming over into my district, and I think it'll be good for South 168th Street too. But I'll probably use the Maple location.
Okay.
With that, I'd move to approve if there's no opponents.
No one has moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Yes. Mr. Pauls.
Thank you. I want to say I've already eaten there about 4 or 5 times. The one on 168th here. The staff out there is unbelievable, especially I don't know if he's a manager. I think he's from Carter Lake. He's a tall, thinning hair man. He's a great guy. And also I used the one on 72nd. Your operation does have merit. I just want to say that. That was very enjoyable.
Thank you very much. Good to hear.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve items 11 and 12. There are no further lights. Roll call.
Melton. Yes. Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 11 and 12 are approved, 6-0. Item 13, a request to appoint Edwin Stevens as manager of HHC TRS LC Portfolio LLC, doing business as Omaha Marriott Hotel, to their Class C liquor license located at 10220 Regency Circle.
Public hearing on agenda item number 13 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Is there a motion? Moved and seconded to approve item 13. No lights. Roll call.
Melton. Yes. Pauls.
Yes.
Palermo.
Yes.
Harding.
Yes.
Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 13 is approved, 6-0. Consent agenda. Any member of the City Council may cause any item placed on the consent agenda to be removed. Items removed from the consent agenda shall be taken up by the City Council immediately following the consent agenda in the order in which they were removed unless otherwise provided by the City Council Rules of Order.
Thank you. The public hearing on agenda items numbers 14 through 18 were held on September 26, 2017.
Move to approve.
Second, no lights, roll call.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Harding. Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 14 through 18 are approved, 6-0.
The public hearing on agenda items numbers 19 through 45 are today. If you wish to address the City Council regarding these items, please come to the microphone, indicate the agenda item number you wish to address, identify yourself by your name, address, who you represent, and if you are a proponent or an opponent. Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. Moved and seconded to approve items 19 through 45. No lights, roll call.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Harding. Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Items 19 through 45 are approved, 6-0. Item 46, a resolution to approve the Blackstone Corner Apartments and Shops Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Project Plan located at the northwest corner of 36 and Farnham Street in an amount up to $2,800,000.
Public hearing agenda item number 46 is today. Proponents, please.
Hi, Mike Peter, 3328 Hickory. Here to represent the TIP request. If you have any questions, I'm with Clarity Development, and this is also a partnership with Green Slate Development.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed.
Move to approve.
Moved and seconded to approve item 46. There are no lights, roll call.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Harding. Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Item 46 is approved, 6-0. Item 47, an ordinance to amend Omaha Municipal Code concerning employment classifications by adding the employment classification entitled Evidence Technician.
Public hearing agenda item number 47 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 48, an ordinance to amend Omaha Municipal Code concerning employment classification by adding the employment classification entitled Evidence Technical Supervisor.
Public hearing on agenda item number 48 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 49, an ordinance approving a real estate purchase agreement with Mensa Investments, LLC, 4201 North 21st Street to convey the property located at 2825 North 28th Avenue in the amount of $700.
Public hearing on agenda item number 49 is today. Proponents, please. Seeing none, are there any opponents? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Item 50, an ordinance approving an agreement for fire protection and emergency medical services with the Elkhorn Suburban Fire Protection District Number 2 for a 10-year period commencing on January 1st, 2018.
Public hearing on agenda item number 50 is today. Proponents, please.
Okay, thank you. Mr. President, members of the Omaha City Council, my name is Jim Lang. I'm an attorney at 13340 California Street. I represent the Elkhorn Fire Protection District. With me today is Bill Armbrust. He's the president of the Board of Directors of the Elkhorn Fire Protection District, and Travis Harlow. This involves the approval and execution of the agreement between the City of Omaha and the Elkhorn Fire Protection District for fire and rescue operations and coverage in the Elkhorn District. The Elkhorn Board has approved the contract and has executed the contract, and that's the contract that's before you today. We're asking that the city go forward and approve this contract. If you have any questions, we're here today to answer those. Otherwise, we hope the city moves forward here and approves the contract, and we're looking forward to working with the city on this contract between the city and the Elkhorn Fire Protection District for fire and rescue protection in the district. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Welcome, Chief.
Thank you, sir. Afternoon, President, council members, Fire Chief Dan Olson. I'm here to represent the City of Omaha's Fire Department, 1516 Jackson Street, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Are there any other proponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, are there any opponents who wish to be heard? Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Next item.
Non-action items, items 51 through 72, do not require a public hearing or city council consideration at this meeting, but will be placed on a future agenda for public hearing and or vote. The reason for non-action is noted after the item on the agenda, as well as the date the item is expected to appear on the agenda for consideration.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, roll call.
Melton. Pauls. Palermo. Harding. Jerem.
Yes.
Mr. President.
Yes.
Motion passed 6-0. Meeting adjourned at 2:15.
Our meetings aren't usually this short. So we didn't really have anything exciting today. Sometimes we can go on for hours. I appreciate you coming, and if you have extra time, if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer anything for you. So thank you.